welcome back to my channel, Beauty by V, and welcome to my second masterclass. I really enjoy making these masterclasses because I love to teach, but more importantly, I love to do, and that's what I encourage you guys to do. I want you guys to watch my masterclasses and my previous episodes, study, take notes, and then apply, because that is how you're going to become your own master, right? So if you want to be great at something, whatever it may be, maybe for you it's makeup, like me, it's important to try and to practice the skills that you have already learned and then improve. So when I look back to my previous episodes, I learned a thing or two from them. That's because I'm doing that. And then you learn and then you apply. So that's the purpose of me doing these master classes, is for us to improve and to enjoy. And when you enjoy what you're doing, you'll be surprised on how much energy and how easy it is for you to improve. Like, you put in that time. I put in my time, and I encourage you guys, if you want to learn how to do your makeup, if you're watching me because you think I bring you value and you just want to learn, or maybe you're watching my videos to be inspired, whatever it may be, if you are inspired, do watch my videos, get inspired, but start doing. And that's the reason why I love making these videos, is because I just really encourage every single person who's watching me through this lens to watch these episodes and these master classes, apply in their life, whatever way it may be, and then do, because that's how you're going to become your own master in life and in makeup. Alright, so this is my face without any makeup. I already did put my eye cream, my moisturizer, and my sunscreen. Alright, so let's get started on applying a smooth foundation, and these are the steps that I normally do, and I'm gonna show you. So another reason why it's important to take care of your base, because my skin it's pretty smooth and it's very hydrated, so when my makeup lays on top, it's gonna look really, really nice. So the first step is gonna be our primer, especially if you have very oily to oily skin, which I do. And if you don't, if you have dry skin, it's also important to hydrate your skin. So when the makeup lays on top, it's gonna look really smooth, hydrated, perfect. So just put the primer all over your skin. And right now I'm using Fenty Beauty. And this one is the Instant Retouch Primer. And I'm a little extra, and I like to use two different primers. I noticed that when I use two primers, my foundation tends to last longer. But if you are in a hurry, in a rush, and you don't want to use two primers, use one primer. So that one is just kind of like a hydration primer for me, at least on my skin. So normally I'll let that sit for about 20 to 30 seconds before I go with my second primer. And my second primer, since I do have oily skin and I have big pores, so I like to use this one by Benefit, and it's the Pearl Primer. And the reason why I like to use this one is because it's oil-free, lightweight, and it's for the pores. So I'm just gonna tab a little bit, and I'm just gonna put it in my T-zone area. And with any pore primers, you kind of want to tap the primer into your skin and warm it up. So just press it in where you have your large pores or the areas you kind of want to blur out. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your T-zone. It could be on your cheeks, anywhere where you want to apply this primer or any sort of primer. You want to focus it on your problem areas. And my problem areas is in my T-zone, which is right here. So on my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, and my chin. That's where I tend to have my large pores. And after we're done with that, I do let that sit again for about 15 to 20 seconds. Just really let that primer soak into my skin. And then after that, we're gonna go with our foundation. Any foundation you guys want to use it based on your skin type and your preference. If you want to do a light coverage, a medium, or a full coverage. And I'm using today that Fenty Beauty. I really like this one. It's more of a medium to full coverage foundation. So you want to use a beauty blender, a makeup brush, anything that you prefer or you like to put your foundation. I always like to use a beauty blender. And I like to put whatever desired amount you want to put on. And how I get really smooth and even skin is by actually pressing the foundation into my skin. I'm not rubbing. I'm only pressing gently. I know you might look like I'm pressing it really hard, but I'm not. I'm pressing it very gently into my skin, and I'm warming up the foundation. And I like to match my foundation exactly to my neck and to my body because I don't want to put foundation onto my neck. I think I'm wasting foundation. Like, my foundations are very expensive, and I tend to break out a lot on my neck and my chest if I do put foundation. So I like to match my foundation to my neck. So do you see how that blends in so nicely? Because we're pressing that product into our skin, so it doesn't look like our foundation just laying on top of our skin. And then I'm gonna repeat this process for my whole entire face. So again, the secret to a really soft, smooth, not like fake look on your face is your skin before you put the makeup. So that's why I made my first episode learning about your skin, like your naked skin, before you put your foundation, because it's really important that your skin is nice and hydrated, it's clean, you know what skin type you have so you can put the products that are made for your skin. Because I have oily skin, so there's no way I'm going to be putting products that are meant for the dry skin because it's not going to work for me, and then vice versa. And also, for your skin to look even and smooth, you have to exfoliate, you have to hydrate it, you have to drink water. Those steps are really important. When you put foundation, your skin just gonna look so even. If you're having problems with your foundation looking too cakey or just not even and natural, that's because you need to give your skin some time to adjust to your skin regimen or to a new change in your steps. So if you have oily skin, you have to set your makeup. And if you have dry skin, lucky for you, you may not want to set your foundation. It's just all up to you. I like to, especially around my eye area, because when you put liquid underneath your eye area, it tends to set into fine lines and wrinkles. That's just what it does. And I like to use a different powder for my eyes and a different powder for my face. So the one today I'm going to be using is by Mercier, and that's her Secret Brightening Powder. Really tiny, just to brighten up our eye area. And again, I'm going to be doing more in depth, a masterclass on under eye area, because it's a whole separate subject matter in my opinion. And that's why it's really important, as I stated in my first masterclass, to hydrate that eye area. And over time, you will notice that when you put the concealer with or without makeup, your eye area is just going to be more smooth and more hydrated. So when you do wear concealer, it's not going to emphasize your lines and wrinkles as much. At least that's what I've noticed. And then again, I'm gonna be setting my face with a translucent powder just because I don't really necessarily want to add coverage to my foundation. This is where sometimes where I feel like if you put a additional product onto your skin, especially powder, if it's a full coverage powder, sometimes it can look a little cakey-ish in my opinion. And since I do have oily skin, the less I put on my face, the better. And I like to use a translucent powder because it's meant for more like absorbing and just really set the makeup. And again, I'm not looking for additional coverage. That's why I'm using a translucent powder. The one I'm going to be using today is by Morphe. I think you guys all have heard me talking about it, and it's the Bake and Set. I just discovered this in December of 2019. I love this powder because throughout the day, I love how it makes my foundation look. So you want to dab your beauty blender into the powder or a makeup brush. And then it's going to be really, really messy. So I have like a towel underneath because translucent powder is very finely milled and it just gets all over the place. So be really careful. And I'm just going to start and pressing. Again, pressing is, I would say, the best technique when it comes to your foundation looking smooth and not cakey, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a master. I'm only teaching you guys what I do and what I know and what I like. If you have a better technique that you like, do that. And if you want to try something new, try this. And if you already do this, then amazing. And be careful not to press too hard into the skin. Let that powder just sit on top of your skin. And again, I know mine looks like I'm putting a lot of product on, but this is not adding any coverage to my skin. This is only just going to set that makeup to make sure it doesn't move because I do have oily skin. And I know it looks like I'm putting a lot on and it looks really crazy, but makeup is a process. So I would definitely recommend you guys doing this. And then I'm going to let this set on my skin. 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to let this bake. What baking means and setting means, it's really setting into my skin and it's like absorbing that liquid foundation to make sure it doesn't move. All right, so after the 5 minutes is done, we are going to take our tool, which doesn't matter which one you use. If you use a beauty blender, I'm going to show you what I do, and if you use a brush, it'll be the same technique. Okay, so you want to press this translucent powder or whatever powder you're using into your skin gently. When you first put your makeup on, it looks, especially your powder and your foundation, it looks really bland and really dry. But wait an hour or two, and if you are an oily girl or guy, you know, like in an hour or two, your skin's gonna look so pretty because those products really set into your skin, and that's where things look really nice and even and almost like glowing, hydrated. It looks beautiful. If you have dry skin and if you're using hydrating products, I'm pretty sure in an hour or two, those products are really set into your skin. And your foundation just looks so much better. And it gets better and better throughout the day. And again, I'm really pressing, just when I think my skin is nice and even and all that powder has disappeared into my skin, I'm going to press some more because I'm just warming up my face and I'm really making sure that that product has set into your skin. You can never press enough. You can get a really good arm workout with pressing. The struggle is real. I know I look like a ghost right now. I look really like a ghost. But I'm very pale, just in general. So this is where my other masterclass is going to come in. I'm going to teach you how to do contouring, blush, just to make our face look more alive. But again, this masterclass is just on our base, our foundation, and how we get it nice and even and smooth and not cakey like. It's really important to have a solid base. So what I mean by that is your naked skin. Just think about it in terms of like a recipe. So when you're cooking your recipe, if you take one major part away from your recipe, oh my god, from your recipe, it's things are get off balance. Things are not look the same. That's the same thing with your base and your skin. So if you take a major part away from your regimen, such as cleansing your skin or exfoliating your skin, it's not gonna look the same or as what you wanted it to be. And then I always talk about consistency because it's really important for your skin, because your skin loves a routine, and you're not gonna see results. Like that's the one thing I know I can guarantee you guys. You're not gonna see results if you've been using the steps that I mentioned in my first masterclass for a week. You need to using it for like 6 months. Again, I'm gonna emphasize this: 6 months to a year, in order to see even a slight difference in your skin. But if you really want your skin to look how you want it to look, you're gonna have to put in some work. And I've been putting in work for about 7 years, and I'm finally happy with how my skin looks. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this second masterclass. So I want to end this masterclass with some inspiration, because I just love doing that. I apply in my life and it works, and I just want to share that with you guys and share this one. Things to remember. Stop making excuses, stop complaining, nobody's listening. They pretend they're listening, but the market doesn't care. So live in truth, live in the moment. Don't whine. Like, damn. I love that one. And I love a lot of inspirational things, so I'll be mentioning tons more. But don't whine. So don't, for me, like, I don't whine in public. I whine because when nobody can see me, because I'm frustrated, and I whine and then I move on. But it's just really important to know that whatever you want in life is not going to be easy. It is going to be so freaking hard, but cry about it in your pillow at night, to whoever, to a wall, and then come up with a strategy and move forward. And that's how I do everything in my life. You know, sometimes we go through ups and downs, and that's so important to go through, because without ups and downs, like, we wouldn't push ourselves. I mean, I wouldn't push myself. If I didn't have to go through this experience, I don't think I would be here where I am today. If I didn't try this, I wouldn't be doing that. You try, you fail, you move on, you do better. And I really believe in that, because I'm doing that. So I know it's real. I know it works. So find your motivation, because sometimes we need that person or something to motivate us. Like, I'm self-motivated, but sometimes, god damn, like, I need someone else to help me motivate me, right? And we're humans. We feel. We want all the same things in life. We really do. We want happiness. For me, I just want happiness. I just want to be happy. I don't care. I'm not driven by money. I'm just driven by that feeling, that happiness. And filming these videos is my passion and my happiness, and I encourage you guys to find yours, because wow, when you find that, you just become a better person at work, with your family, personally, individually. I promise you, you will. I promise you. I'm laughing at this because you just become that person you want to be, and nobody can tell you a story. You know, don't be afraid to be yourself. Just don't be afraid to be yourself. I promise you. A lot of people are afraid to be themselves, so when they see somebody else be themselves, you're giving them that courage and that motivation, and that's freaking amazing. I love you guys always. I appreciate you watching my videos. I appreciate your time. I just appreciate you and your attention. And even though if you might like me or you might not, just your click, just your time, it means to me more than anything. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.